On live Facebook.
And we are live. Gang, we are all here.
Yeah, but you gotta download the
Wow.
You gotta download the
So, all right, guys, I believe we are live now. Thank you guys for tuning in. My name is T, the Busy Bee. On the other side is Mark. I believe he's working with our guest tonight to get her onto the platform so that we're able to actually see her tonight. I believe so. I think that's what's happening. I hope everyone is having a great quarantine. This has been rough, you know. It goes in a cycle and it gets a little rough sometimes. But I really hope that everyone is having a great quarantine. I can say that this is a great time for those who are creatives. This is a great time for you guys because you get a chance to actually sit down and think about your next move, your next goal with your business, with your project, with what you're working on. You get a chance to actually sit down and think about the different things that's been happening to you, but because you've been able to move so fast, you haven't been able to actually sit down and really process what's been going on. You know, this time also gives you the time to rekindle some friendships, diminish friendships, cut people off, you know, actually give you the time to actually reflect. And it's been 26 years, 17 days, and I'm stressed. It's like, no, let me stop though. It has been, I don't even know what day of quarantine this is. I do know that for extroverts or for people who love to be busy like me, make sure that you are able to do something and get busy and to actually be available and with the time to actually sit back and think about life sometimes. Think about the different things that happen to you. Think about what you're going through, what's going on, because, you know, all of that actually matters during this time. And hi, everyone. We are here. Everyone's here. But let me finish what I was saying, and then we can do this the right way. But it takes a lot of time, especially when you spend time with yourself. It gives you time to reflect on things that you like, things that you don't like, how to actually operate, what to do with yourself, how to change the different things that you're going through, how to actually elevate. You know, this gives you the time to do so. And I know it's really hard for some of us, but then on the other end, it's relatively easy. People can put it down, get to work, do whatever they got to do. So in this moment, in time of reflection during quarantine, just stay true to yourself, stay true to you, believe it, and just make it through. You know, at the end of the day, you are going to be okay. Everyone's going to be okay. Write down what you have going on. Find someone to be there with you. Step outside if you need to. You are allowed to exercise. So, you know, go on a walk, go exercise, do whatever you can to keep your mind, because your mind is the most important thing in the midst of this quarantine right now. Thank you for my TED Talk, and we're going to turn it over to Mark. We can't hear you, Mark. You on mute. You got to unmute your phone. Oh. I can't even see him. There we go.
Okay, cool. What's up?
What's up?
Hey. We are here. Thank you for joining us today, ma'am.
No problem. I'm excited. First I was like, oh man, Mark, how I joined in? He was like, I sent you the stuff. I'm like, I know, I'm tripping. It's been a long day.
Right. Now tell me how to do it again.
Look. You two are two peas in a pod, because I don't know when either one of y'all sleep.
It's crazy. I don't even believe in sleep anymore. It's bad. You're supposed to, but
I believe
in sleep. Busy Bee got the nickname T the Busy Bee for a reason, because she be busy.
Productivity at its best.
Yes, ma'am. So it was a bit much going on in the beginning. So my name is Tita Busy Bee,
I'm your boy Skylyne Mark.
and we are Skylyne Radio Show, and we are
Okay.
here today with Miss Diana. I'm not gonna not say your last name because
It
I'm
looks
gonna mess
now
it up.
like escalator, elevator. It's escalera. Escalera.
Okay. All right. I was like, Eska, who? Let me stop there.
It's all good. It's all good.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And how have you been? How have you been during this quarantine?
Listen here, it's been quite a journey. I won't say I've been negatively affected by it, and we can get into that whenever we start discussing and like diving into it. But I've just been pushing. Like I've been pushing. I don't think whatever happens outside of me is not my problem. I gotta keep it moving. So that's how I've been tackling it.
That's good. That's good. Mark, how have you been holding up during quarantine?
I can't talk like that on this radio show.
All right. So you've been stressed out. Understood.
I'm not stressed. Stress don't live here. It's
All
called
right.
life. I mean, you just roll with the punches. I'm like everybody else though. This shit gotta stop because people gotta go to work, yo. Forget a party. Forget hanging out. I'm about tired of looking at my household. I'm about tired of looking at everything in it. And being in the process of moving and then everything comes to a halt. Man, when I say we look like hoarders in this house, in every room, except for my son's. I think my son's is the cleanest room in the house. Like, real talk.
Mhm.
Like, my room is a mess. My parents' room is a mess. The living room is a mess. The dining room is a mess, which, I mean, that's a mess because, Skyline Foundation get all the donations. But
You're not cleaning, Mark. What's
our
going on?
basement is like atrocious. Because when you move, you want to get rid of stuff, and do I want this? Do I not want this? So you got piles.
Mm.
So, but I mean, I just want to go to work. Forget a party. Forget an event. I just want to go to work.
Right. I work. I just want to go back to work and be in my building.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
I'm a little opposite. I'm always moving. This is the first time I get to sit down and actually learn a few things about home, about myself.
Right?
I'm always moving. Yeah. This is a positive for me. This is a positive. I think differently. So I think
Look,
real spiritual.
I feel like we're in high school. We on punishment and gas is cheap as hell.
Look, I just am ready to go back outside to smell the fresh air. I miss people. I miss doing things without being limited on what you have to do. I miss the time that people did not spend on Facebook. I miss the drive. Like social media right now is like the biggest thing popping. Like because no one's at work, so everyone's on social media.
People that said they'd never get social media got social media.
Yeah, but I miss things. I want things to get better so things can go back to normal. So I don't feel like the world is closing in on me. Like y'all get it. Like
Yeah, I get it. I feel like so I don't know. Like so, I think real deep. Like I said before, like when people miss things, like what are you missing for real? Are you missing the fact that you can't be outside? Because it's like we're kids. When you tell a kid, no, you can't go here, they will want to go there more. But if you had a vacation of just chill time away from people, no phones, and a nice scenery, and kind of just be by yourself, you would take that. So I feel like if this wasn't looked at negatively and we wasn't paying too much attention to the news, then we can take what's being shown as a negative and actually use this time to create the peace we want. So when outside open up again, we already like create this foundation for ourselves, and it wouldn't affect us. Because if you stay in this like, I need to go outside, the moment outside opens up, two things gonna happen. You're either gonna have anxiety because you're afraid now outside is open, or you're gonna overwhelm yourself to want to go outside, and you're gonna go everywhere and back to the busy life. So I think this is the time to sit down and not just, you don't have to stay in these four walls. You can take a walk still, without the mask, as long as you're not in public with a lot of people around you. You can have a moment with the sun, with the flower. Like, I think this is going to teach people how to deal with themselves spiritually. We're so used to like contact on contact because we need the outside world that we forget everything we need starts from within. And that's just that's just my type of journey. That's what I teach. So when I hear people like say they miss outside, I definitely get it. I'm a whole ambivert. Like, I'm an introvert, so I'm cool inside, but I love hugs. I love connecting with people. So like, I need that. So what I do is, all right, if I can't have that, then I have to do something that gives me that same satisfaction. Like, so I go out and take a walk. I go out and just be connected with nature because I know I need some type of like feeling, emotional, spiritual feeling with that I would get from somebody else. And that's what I deal with right now. And it taught me a whole lot mentally, like emotionally, about myself and how much I depended on the world and the people, which is crazy. I really had to like face myself during this process. So I don't know. I'm a little different.
Yeah, I actually had a moment today where first of all, today was a day full of all the emotions. I woke up stressed. I had anxiety. Like, I went to lay down. I had to like release my anxiety a couple times. Like, and it's still anxiety. Like, till this moment right now as I speak, like my head is still like beep 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 beep. But I knew I had to get myself together. But I think today was just like my overflow breaking point ish. Like, I like being outside. I like being inside. I like being with my friends. I only want to be with my friends. Like, and then like just different stuff and different things happening, and the way like the universe is moving and the way different things is just like operating. It's just like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Okay, let me get up and go on a walk. Let's see if that helps. Like, let me go to sleep, because, you know, sleep and stress work hand in hand. When you wake up, you might feel better. You might not have that big of a headache. Like, I did so many different things today to try to get me back to like a clean, clear space. Like, but boy, today was one of them days, man.
Yeah, I'm agree. Today was a hard day. I put it on Facebook. Today was a hard day. Even anxiety definitely touched on my shoulder, like, I'm here, and I'm like, get off me. Get off me. So like, even when I was setting up, I was like, all right, let me see if I can look professional. And I'm like, you know what? I'm not doing that. So I was like, I'm gonna show how comfortable you can be in your skin at all times. We're gonna do this on my bed. They're gonna rock out with me, and immediately my anxiety went down, because I've learned, like, when anxiety comes up, your body is doing the flight or fight response, which means your body doesn't know the difference from external to internal. Your body is literally saying something is wrong, what you gonna do? And because we're not doing nothing, because we're not really like in trouble, our body starts malfunctioning because we're not using what our body's trying to tell us to protect us from. Because we don't need to, because we're not really physically in trouble.
Right.
It causes our brain to just, do all of this, and then oxygen goes down. A lot of crazy stuff. So I've learned to tell myself nothing is wrong. When I feel anxiety, I'm like, nothing is wrong. Like, you good, like nothing is wrong. And I just gotta like take back control. And so I told myself, why did I get anxiety? Because I'm trying to make sure it's a nice setting. Because I just came from from work. Because I got my daughter right here folding up clothes. and I didn't want too much. And then I was like, you know what? So what? So what? So I told my daughter, no, stay right there, finish folding up clothes. I'm gonna be right here on my bed, and we're gonna breathe through this. And once you realize you don't have to do so much to try to grab all the things and make it happen for you because it's already in line, then you really can just breathe. You don't really have to like, I gotta do this. You don't have to do that. You don't have to do all that. So I learned to just breathe, and I was like, yeah, this is how I'm gonna overcome it. It's been a crazy start today. Everything went wrong this morning. I almost cried. Came home. I was like, nothing is right. I had to stop at Walmart. I went through a lot of mental, emotional stuff today. And then I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna be me. Like, I'm gonna be raw and honest. I'm gonna let this out. So by the end of the night, I'm gonna be good. And that's how I've been taking my journey for real. This is how I've been really dealing with myself. Just to not try to have so much control of everything and just let things be. So
Yeah. So
it is not easy.
So I don't even think the audience has gotten your name while we're sitting here. We had this whole conversation. I really feel like this conversation is about to be.
Started off, you said your name is Diana Esther.
Oh, Escalera. Oh, I did say your name, girl. Okay.
Again, girl.
Yes, Escalera. My hair was down. I would flip it back for you, boo.
I do my new vision.
Yes. So, I don't even know where to start. I actually was liking this conversation because this is like a self-care conversation. Boy, self-care was a big thing for me today. So,
okay.
How about you tell us a little bit about yourself, us and the audience as well?
So I'm free-spirited. I don't. Now I have all these gifts like life coach, poet, dance, host. I'm a mom. I own 2 businesses. One that stands for Breaking Our Sister Silence. It's a business for women to have a voice. Because I feel like women are resilient. I feel like women aren't given enough credit in the business world. And now I'm transitioning into having a co-edge edition with this business for the men as well. So that's exciting. I also have a business called Energize Movements, which is my fitness dance class. So I do a lot, and I can label myself and say I do all of these things. But at the end of the day, I'm really free spirit, and everything I've done put myself into, whether it's mental health awareness, emotional health awareness, physical health awareness, spiritual health awareness, whatever it is I put myself into. I'm really free spirit. I always create a real comfortable, organic space, a non-judgmental space. I let people just be okay with being vulnerable. That's who I am. I'm like this 24/7 because I don't feel like there's spaces that's organic like that. Like you have to do a trip and a half to find a space where you can just be yourself and not worry about anyone judging you or criticizing you or questioning how you heal or who you are as a person. So because I don't like labels and categories, I just tell people I'm real free spirited. I'm really easy to talk to. I make you laugh. I make you cry sometimes because sometimes I'm talking to your spirit, and then people just unfold their stories to me, and I'm just like, we supposed to be doing this, you know. I'm just real free spirited.
That's good. That's good. I'm sorry. I'm trying to promo you on Instagram and it's moving fast.
It's all right. That's just my background cheerleader noise. I like that. Made me feel good. Girl, we gonna run with the punches.
Right. Everything was moving too fast. You saw me looking like, okay, let me turn that down. Like she keeps hearing herself. Like she's like, what's happening? But yes, what is something that you say you've done that you haven't done in a while that you do now that is this quarantine time or it's been quarantine?
Yeah, you ready for this? Be by myself. Now this is crazy. I'm like a popular loner. Like I know everybody and everybody knows me, but I'm by myself. This is the longest time I rocked by myself, which means I had to deal with the every second thoughts that popped in my head, which can be a lot because I still deal with anxiety. I don't like giving these titles authority, but depression sometimes try to knock on my door and stuff like that. So I have to now face it every minute of the day. If I had a bad day, I'm just like, all right, I gotta get ready. So what I've done, I just been dealing with myself. I'm so used to healing through other people. If that makes sense, like if I can help someone else out, because I know we're a reflection of each other. I know whatever message I'm gonna give to them is gonna come back to me. So this is a time where because I can't physically be around people, I have to sit in this house and like if I feel like emotion, deal with it like on the spot. There was one time where I felt real like anxious, like I don't know why, and I didn't like it, and I was trying to like breathe. I was trying to exercise, and nothing was happening, and so I cried, and it freaked me out because I was like, "Why are you crying?" Like I needed some type of logic to know why I was crying. When I started researching it, like spiritually, your body needs to release. So if you can't do it no other way, your body's gonna be like, I'm gonna do it for you. So after I cried, I felt good, and I realized crying is a healing thing. It's not, oh, something is wrong. Oh, no, your body is just saying you don't need this inside of you anymore, so you need to let it out. So I've been doing that. Whenever I feel like I want to cry, it just happens, and I'm not stopping it. I just like let it flow. I've never done that. I've never done that.
Yeah.
That's something different for me. I've never done that.
Like with me today, I went through so many. I definitely cried. I can say that I did cry.
Crying is good. You let that out. You let it out
Yeah. I cried today. I didn't cry yesterday, but I've been stressed all week. So it's just, or I'm claiming it. I know what this feels like.
now.
I know what it is. I know my anxiety. I yelled a couple of times. I snapped on people today. Like,
Yeah,
I
very,
know
very good.
usually I'm not like this, but it's been a little heavy, a little up here. So like I know like I'm stressed out, but I know that there's a way for me to get it out, and I know I'm going to get it out, and I'm not going to stay with this energy in this space. Like
Talking about, and don't stop it. Don't stop it. Like whatever wants to go, just let it happen. I've
right,
learned to try to cap it off. Like I'm mad, so let's try to hide it, or I'm stressed. Let's try to sweep it on the rug. Or I need to cry, but I don't want to cry right now. No, you gotta surrender to those feelings so your body can release that. Like that's some real. That's what we gotta start doing. For real.
right.
Yep.
This whole reflection, this whole time just to reflect. It's like when it's just man, it's so much. Anyways, okay.
It's real.
It
It's
is. It
real.
is so real. It is so real. It is so real. Okay, so you said that you had two businesses.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to talk about one in a moment because I want to talk about this one in particular as to how like your story and how you actually got started. And this one is I survived.
Yeah,
Um
baby.
um how did you get started with I survived? What led you to begin a nonprofit for it?
So it's not a nonprofit.
Okay.
Um, I'm just gonna tell you. So it started off as me wanting to just sit down with people and talk about their story because a lot of people come to me and go, "Yo, your testimony is really inspirational. All the things you've been through, like I can't even see that on you." Or they go, "You got a pretty smile. You say you've been through all of this," and it made a lot of people that's going through the same thing I'm going through really curious of my story. So I tell people like the reason why I'm telling my story is because there's somebody out there that is either can feel the pain I felt or needs to get it out but don't know how to. And I feel like I'm like an expert when it comes to pain and loss. Like I've experienced everything. So I mean everything since the age of 5. So I was like, all right, let's sit down and talk to people. So it started off by having these like sessions called True Healing. And I would show people like the true healing is not getting it from somebody else, is you talking about it. Because once you start talking about it, now you're starting to put the healing in transition of working itself out. So we would sit and talk once a month and just regularly at the House of Diamonds. And the House of Diamonds is a community-based space off of Brentley Ave that does community give back, just so many different things, help out the youth in business. They actually helped me get my business together. They really, really huge, really dope. Shout out to Sonia. And so I would do it there. And then it went from that to like, yeah, I think this is gonna be something big. And then Sonia was like, D, like the way you talk and the way you get people feel comfortable around you, like this can really go somewhere, like you really got a mission. And at first I was like, yeah, but I'm not a business person. I just want to talk to people. I just want people to get their feelings out. I didn't know how, where, I didn't have a business plan. I just know I have a lot of things to give to people. And so it went from that, and then I was like, all right, wrote my first bio, got my little what you call that? What is it called? PK something when you get your packet together, so people want to know your prices and all of that. Did that, and then when I registered my business, I was like, I wanted to call it something important. Like I don't want it just true healing. And so I was in my house, and I always go by. Everybody always asks me why you call yourself New Vision, and I tell people because I stopped seeing with my eyes once I tried to take my life away, and it didn't work. So I just stopped seeing with my eyes, and I started seeing with my heart. And it was a lot for me because I wasn't emotional, so I had to understand what was it about my heart that I wanted to see with. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna do something with in my eyes. I'm gonna see with my heart. I survived because I survived a lot of stuff. It just popped up. I didn't have no real big thing. It was just one of those things where I'm like, I think that'd be dope to say I survived because I survived a lot of shit, yo. But I wanna say like EYE, like because I don't use this. I think my heart is your eye. I think the third eye is your eyes. Like I don't think this is it. So I went and did my business, registered my business, and in the midst I was writing a book. My book came out after I did my business launch, and the feedback from my book caused me to transition into a monthly thing with my I Survive. So I didn't put limits on, okay, we just gonna talk. I want to open to anybody, whether you're religious or not, whether you're black, white, Muslim, Asian, I don't care what kind of color, purple, you say you're a man, woman, an alien, I don't care. Come, talk, we don't judge. We ain't gonna talk about no, oh, this religion is better. We're just gonna talk about all the things you're dealing with mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally. And we're gonna do it through music, we're gonna do it through art, we're gonna do it if you just wanna just yell. Like if you just feel like you have to yell, we're gonna yell and then clap for you. Like we're gonna do all the things that can get you to clean whatever that stuff in you out, giving you a platform where you don't have to explain why the hell you feel the way you do. You can just talk about it. And then I like to do fun things to kind of find ways to not get over, but learn to heal through those things. Like there was one time where I had everybody screaming to a pillow, and they looked at me like I was crazy. I was so serious, so serious. Like we sat there and screamed to a pillow. Another time was where we took paper, wrote some things down, and burned it together. Another times where we had a mirror, and I had everybody look at themselves and say some type of affirmation. Just really different fun things that I've learned. And people gravitated to it because they was like they didn't know if it was a therapy session, if they had to talk about their feelings. It was a lot of that, but they gravitate to it because it was just really free flowing. Like there was no, oh, it has to be this way, this way, this way. Because once you start putting limitations to it, people get nervous on, should I tell my story? Who's gonna be there? I don't want my face to be. They get nervous. So when I start saying, yo, just come through. Just come through. We're gonna have poetry, singing, different activities. I did a stress day where it was free, and everybody that came in got a massage, got some gifts, just got pampered. Like it's just whatever we need. It's whatever we need that we can just. And the reason why I do it like that is because I want people to take what I give them and pass it down. Like it's not like my business is the only one that do it. No, create a business like mine because we need more of it and just pass it down. So that's how it started off, and it just became so relaxing. It's not every time it comes, I don't freak out. It's not a freak out event. It's nothing like that. It's just, hey, whatever happens, it's gonna be organic. Anything that happens, organic. If something goes missing, if you don't got an extra chair, if we lose a spot and I'm trying to like hold this space, all right, move to another spot. We're gonna be outside if we have to. Just allowing anything to happen to be organic so that it can flourish the way it's supposed to. And that's the kind of platform I've just been creating. It's been amazing.
So I do have another question for you. You said that each month you do it once a month, and each month you do something different. How do you decide what project you're going to do within that month?
So let's say an event happened today. From today to 30 days after, I actually pay attention to what I'm growing through. So from this day to 30 days, what have I learned? What have I seen? Who have helped me? Who I have helped? What has the universe taught me? And whatever I feel during those 30 days, maybe the day before or 2 days before, that's what I talk about.
Okay.
Because I want everything to be in real time. I want to be again as organic. I want to be like, okay, so next week we talk about this. I'm doing that like the COVID thing. I've been putting that on my flyer. Like next week talk about COVID. You know, we talk about because that's just a generic thing that's happening right now. So it's like, all right, people gonna tune in about that. But when it comes to conversations, has anyone ever seen my I Survive? The speakers I have, they just flow. I ask questions, we talk, and they just pour out. It's always been amazing. So that's just how I've been flowing. It's been so far good. It's been great. So yeah.
It's funny that you call it the COVID thing because I put on Facebook earlier COVID with quotes around it, and someone snapped at me. Like, it's so many different names that this thing is going by.
We just gonna say it's the plan B. That sounds messed up, but it's definitely controlled to depopulate. So we just gonna say plan B. We gonna call it the plan B. It is trying to abort so many people.
I get it, because plan B says no.
Okay. You know, I told you I'm deep a little bit. I'm a little deep.
I get it. It's okay. I get it. It's been one of those days, so I definitely understand.
Hey T.
Yes.
Next time we have Feed the Homeless event and Diane's got an event the same day in Baltimore, we gotta take Kiara up there since she's a poet. Because it's right up on North Ave.
Okay.
Wait, take what? Sorry. I heard him, but I didn't hear him.
Nah, one of our business partners, Kiara, her nickname is Kiara the Poet. She live up in she's still in Jersey or is she in Brooklyn?
She lives in New Jersey.
Hey.
But she comes down to the homeless events every month. But I've heard a couple of her poems. And I mean, you know, poetry, what you see is what you get. You like it or you don't like it. But at the same time, you respect it because if it's good, it's good.
Not only that, it's not easy to say something out loud in front of people. So
this is true. That is, oh my God.
I used to get so nervous, and I still do. Like if I'm in front of people, I gotta sound professional. I gotta make sure I don't stumble. I gotta get people to stay paid. No, I'm just like, listen, this is who I am. So
I mean, like, oh, it's my turn? Okay. But especially if they're just like, yeah, we're gonna have Tiana. You're gonna have who? You're gonna do what? I'm on my way. I am. Like, what you gonna talk about? What you gonna talk about? Get your words together. Get your words together. All right, pick up that mic, and you got it, and you're on. Like,
yeah, you're doing good. I wouldn't even expect you to be like nervous. Like, you're doing real good. You got me engaged, so.
That's good. I do really good. I think I do really good with engagement of people, and that's something that I think like took me a really long time to actually get used to, because I don't mind having conversations with people, but after a while, because so many people were so strong on what they believe and what they want is what they want, and try to push that energy onto you, like after a while, when it comes to that, you end up closing yourself, because you don't want people to keep reacting and keep giving you that negative energy, and they're reading your energy wrong.
I feel like the way, because I bumped into it, because I'm so strong opinion, and I'm really like boisterous, and I'm blunt and real. I know sometimes to get people to understand my tone and the way I just find any type of common ground. Any type of common ground. It could be the smallest thing, because once I'm relatable in the smallest way,
it's over.
To pay attention. So I'm learning to do that. I can like disagree with their whole life, but if we can find one little common ground, we good. We Gucci. We Gucci. We gonna talk.
Right. That's what I've been like when I was younger. When I say I was younger, like in my college days, I was able to just read people. When I say read people, it was the craziest thing. They would walk up, they would have a conversation with somebody else, and I could just be standing there. They walk away, and I'm like, are they like this, that, this, this?
That's her.
Yes, spiritually inclined.
Yep.
She's already wise. She knows it.
Indigo child. She's the indigo child.
Yes. And like when that started happening to me, especially in college, I didn't know what it was. I was just like, okay, I read people. But then I started reading negatively. And people, like when it came to truth moments, people would attack me for the truth. And like that's when I started closing off, because I couldn't understand being attacked for the truth. Like, I can't understand being attacked for the truth.
But that cliche, the truth hurts. You can't handle the truth. I know they may give jokes about it and it's cliche, but again, it goes back to being spiritual. When you're saying something and you're coming from a place of love, whether you coming from a place of love, if the person is already a bad ball of energy, not even a bad ball of energy, but have the energy that they're struggling with, they would never receive you. But you just got to keep your message out there, so that when they're dealing with their own energy, they're going to remember what you said. And that's it. That's it.
That's what I've been learning.
Yeah.
Yeah. Today was my day, though, because I definitely snapped a couple times. Like, these motherfuckers got me fucked up. Like, oh, y'all, everybody. Like, first off, this is what you're not going to do. But then, I had to realize that there's a reason for a block button, so you can use it at any point in time. I
tell people that, like, on social media, this is all mental, emotional stuff, right? Awareness, like real stuff. If you don't like what you see, and you don't like what's going on, and you don't like what people are saying, you have so much control to change your timeline, to block, to you can be friends with them but unfollow, so you won't you can still keep the clout and don't have to see them on Facebook. Especially on Instagram, you have so much control. You don't have to have this like stress on you from social media. People blame social media is this, social media is that. I gotta pull away from social. No, just change your setting. You can clean, you can take this person off your timeline. Like, you don't have to sit there and run away from something that can be full of opportunities. You can flush it out and filter it as much as you need to. And that's what I do. I don't like what this person's saying. Nope. But I need to. I'll just do this. Nope, you're too negative. Do this, take this up. Because at the end of the day, you want to know who's going to be, like, especially if it's a specific person that's showing consistently on your timeline that's negative. Like, that's going to be in your mind, whether you care for who they are. Whatever you read is going to sit in the back of your mind. So you want to be real aware of, like, what do you see every day and where you're around every day. So if you don't like them, block, delete, no hard feelings. I just love me more. And you just you keep flushing every 3 months, girl. I'm serious.
I'm learning.
Good.
Okay. This was definitely a day, man. This was a day, and this was the last day. Like, it's the last time, the last moments. I'm over this.
That boundary, yes.
You got to. And the thing is with like boundaries, boom. People have lost respect for boundaries. And not only,
You got that right.
Yeah. And not only have they lost respect for boundaries, but just trying to get the boundary and mold it and actually establish the boundary with the person who disrespects the boundary, that's the hardest part, because then you have to go in and out. Like, you gotta, okay, don't do this, okay, don't do that, okay, cut them off, okay, don't try. Like, you have to like really try to get them to understand that there's a boundary that you already crossed and I'm not messing with it. Like,
so
keeping it.
This is what I've learned to manipulate it. I've learned, if you put something up, like, I no longer like this done to me, and the person doesn't respect that, and you voiced it, now you have to understand what makes the person, or what have you allowed prior to that boundary to make the person not take you seriously. As much as we want to say, no, you're not doing it. What I always self-reflect, always to a T, because it always takes one time for a person to disrespect me. And so I would say, here's my boundary. I didn't put it up before, but here it is, because I know better. And this is what I don't like. I talk to them as if they're a child. This is what I don't like. I'm learning about this by myself. Don't do that, please. And if the person is like fighting you against this boundary, or not understanding the boundary, and or just not respecting it, like you said, then that's when you have the choice to go, you know what? I definitely understand that you can't respect this, so I'm gonna keep it moving. Because if you allow that person to still stay after they don't want to recognize your boundary, it's no longer their fault. It's no longer disrespecting. It's your fault, because you're allowing the disrespect to continue after the first time. And I had to learn that, because in a relationship, when I was in a relationship, like, I continuously will put my boundary up, but then like bring it down some, because I'm trying to understand how it works and all this other stuff. But I never like kept it consistently like, no, this is my boundary, and no is no. I always watered myself trying to like create some type of understanding in a relationship. And I realized you can't water yourself down for nobody. So I've learned, stick to my guns. And if it hurt along the way, it's because I never had the boundary up in the first place. So sometimes I have to bend my heart a little bit to create a different shape, because I done messed up. And I done took on what they accepted and not what I accepted. So now I have to, might get hurt a little bit, but it's all a lesson. And I'm going to keep this boundary up. But you don't let nobody disrespect it more than once. When it becomes a disrespecting, that's when you have to start asking yourself, what did you allow to let this happen more than once?
This is true. This is true.
Girl, I learned so much. I'm stubborn.
So honestly, this last year and a half has been the butterfly in me.
The cocoon.
Yes, I'm in a cocoon and I'm trying to get out. Okay.
No. Don't.
No. Listen to the trying to get out. With the trying to get out, knowing that I'm becoming a butterfly and I'm almost there, it's like I'm trying to force the butterfly out of me. Like, I know I can get it. I know I'm there. Like, they always say there's a light at the end of the tunnel, but it'd be real dark sometimes. It'd be real dark, but I'm starting to see that light again. And like, in the beginning, it was the hardest. But the more that I found myself being disrespected, the more my boundaries went up, because I went back and I self-reflect as to like, why are people treating me this way? Why do they feel that's okay for them to say that to me? Why did that happen? And I always would go back to what I would go back to where it started, and then the event that happened before it started. And that always tells you that always tells you the beginning of your whole issue. And when I tell people to do that, like, okay, you're having an issue with these people, but go back to when that issue started and then go back to what happened right before that issue started.
Yep.
And that's what you need to change, because that's the beginning of what you don't like.
Yep. Yep. And people don't like to be hold account. So I won't say people, because I'm not saying general. I don't want to speak negative. But there are some people that don't like to feel accountable of their actions, because it means that they have to deal with that. And to be told that you're wrong, and be told that not even wrong, but be told that what you're doing is toxic, rather than, oh, it's the other person's fault. That's hard to take. That's a pill though a lot of people will not like to swallow, because now they gotta sit in that and deal with it. And that's a whole lot of saying I did wrong. I had to tell myself, Diana, you did a lot of toxic stuff. You thought all these things was bad outside of you. You allowed that. I was like, oh man, oh, I messed up. Let me start over. You know, so.
Man, I did a toxic female bingo because, you know, people was getting bored and just started creating stuff at one point in time during quarantine and chill. And when I say I looked at that list and I went off of what I have done, basically based off what I'm doing now, and boy, I was in bad shape. You know, and you don't even realize it. You don't realize it until you start growing. And when you go back and look at where you've come from,
yes.
Yo, like, I have come so far. So far. Like, I am not that person I used to be.
As if it's my life, but I'm really happy for you. That's what's up. I just know that feeling to like see the old you and go, yeah, nah, I don't know that person anymore because I'm here. Yeah, it's dope. It's dope. It's a dope feeling.
Yes. So I do have a question though, because a lot of people, and of course with me as well, because this is like my favorite topic. I promise you, this had been like from heaven. We were supposed to be having this conversation. I don't know what's happening.
It's purposeful because we both had a long ass day. And so we needed to talk today, like right now.
Yes. Like now. Yes, definitely. So after this one question, I'm gonna turn it over to Mark, because I tend to talk a lot because I like this setting and being able to talk to you. So I'm gonna turn it over to Mark after I ask this question though.
Okay.
Shoot, let me remember the question. Now I don't remember the question. I hate when this happens.
It's okay. You're getting old.
You just gotta think about it.
I know what it is.
Ain't you like pushing 40?
I wish. I'm touching 30.
Don't come for me.
Like, I'm like this close to 30. I ain't even there yet. Y'all see how my finger went to the right?
33.
Yeah. Let me tell you, everything that Tiana does, you swear to God, she pushing 40 or 50.
But my memory is like trash. I got like hella journals. I gotta write everything down. I got like everything on my calendar. Like my memory is like what after 32, I was like, what happened? What happened?
Right.
You know, I actually started writing things down. I do different things. I do a lot of writing down. Like, I actually have a notebook right next to me. More notebooks right next to me.
I had
like books. Like at any point in moment, like pick up the pen.
I like to get that. What's my middle name? Okay.
Right. Well, in the meantime of forgetting things, would you like to share your social media so that everyone can follow, so that you actually remember it?
Yes. All right. So I have a lot of pages, so I just give you my business. Okay. On my Instagram, you can follow me EYE_survived_. Okay. On Facebook is Diana Faith Escalera, ESCALERA, and then just follow all my things. If you have any questions, please hit me up, because I do talk back. I do. I talk a lot, and that's about it. Once they follow my business page, you're gonna see. Oh, you do The whole lot.
Once they see everything you do, it'll be a whole different story, huh?
They're gonna be like, how many? I got like 10 personalities. I have so many different personalities. So I just learned to
You
just.
sure it's 10?
What you said, Mark?
You sure it's 10, not 12 or 13?
You know, maybe I'm gonna say 10. I've been saying 10 for like 2 months now, so I really think I got it to 10 now.
You got 12.
10
One for each month.
1 minute I got
Nah, for real, you got 16. You got one for each month and one for each season.
Shut up.
You get any more busier, we're gonna have to give you one for each day of the week.
It's gonna be crazy. You know what's funny? So when I be wearing my wigs, right? People be asking, "So who's this person now?" And I be naming them. Like, I'm just a different type of breed. That's probably why I can meet with so many people and just kind of be fluid. Because I'm like a lot of people inside. It's crazy.
Look, you had one on the other day, and I was like, "Yo, she looked like Tiana. She got the big old afro."
You
took that sucker off, and I was like, "Oh."
Wait, so you keep saying different personalities. Now you're saying an afro. Let me go check out Instagram because
listen, you're gonna be like, "What in the world?" Like I have my wraps. 1 minute I got my fitted on, my snapback, and next minute I got different types of wigs. I just whatever I feel that day. I'm just like, yeah, you're gonna just dress however you feel.
you wear wigs. I mean, you wear hats, not wigs. I'm not worried about the wigs.
Yeah, I'm just like a whole. I just said I probably look like somebody's son. I don't know because I got like a. Don't let you laugh at me hard. I got a boy and a girl face. You wipe all of this off, and you might think I'm like 13. And I need to be in school or something. Like
Tiana.
That's me.
I'm serious. I just learned to love it all. I learned to love it all.
AT.
Yes.
Diana posted a picture the other day on Instagram. Yo, I swear to God, I thought it was Fawn. She had a snapback on. I swear to God, I thought it was Fawn, yo.
Who's Spawn?
Fawn is our other.
She's our special guest co-host.
All right, I hope she's pretty because I don't know how to take your comment.
Yeah, she's pretty.
Why?
You know we don't hang out with ugly people.
All right, I was nervous.
Like what? That's the most shallow comment, but this is a real comment, okay? I don't care what no one says. That is the most shallow comment I could ever say. But it's a real comment. Like, I don't hang out with ugly people. Sorry.
Look. No homo or anything, but even the fellas ain't even funny looking. They might be tall, they might be fat, they might be skinny, they might have a little build, but even the fellas got it going on too. We don't hang out with funny looking people.
I ain't even no comment with that. I can't even.
Right. That's why I was like, it's a shallow, but it's a real. It's shallow, but it's real. Remember, beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. Woo, it's a true statement as well. So what you're pretty might not be someone else's pretty.
Because what I'll be like, but that person not so. That's just mean. What if somebody look at me and be like, "But you don't got no eyelashes"? I'ma cry.
What after you go get you some eyelashes?
And then I'm just going give me some eyelashes. You know what I mean? Like, yes, I do. They cost $3.
Right?
What you talking about? My eyelashes, bro. All right,
Oh my God, that was funny. I'm sorry.
All right, so before I forget, because we try to say this, Tiana, until the last couple minutes, and we can't ever get it all out. So let me take 2 minutes or so and get it all out. Yo, we gotta get a shout out. First and foremost, Be Exposed Radio. Thank you for all the love, the support for the last year and a half, almost 2 years. Thank you. Number 2, Miss Be Exposed, Naomi, we love you. We thank you for the opportunity. T the Busy Bee. I can't thank you enough for everything that you do day in and day out within the Skylyne brand of Skylyne Models, Skylyne Foundation, Skylyne Radio Show, Skylyne Bacon Babes. The official page for Precious Babies. Diana, you know about that because we met at the last event in October.
Yep.
Tiana, that's actually how me and Diana met through Candy, because Candy's been doing this for years, and that's how me and Diana met through the event October 15th last year down in Inner Harbor.
That's the first time attendance or something like that.
Shout outs. Bartender Mikey. Mikey and his girlfriend just started a landscaping business. Bella's Landscaping, I think it is. You need something. You need some yard work. You need some landscaping. You need something hauled. Contact Bella's Landscaping. Shout out to Mo Dirty, bartender, Prohibition Mobile Bar. Mo's doing the alcohol packs. He sold out both Saturday and Sunday for the first weekend this past weekend. He's gonna have them this weekend coming up. So if you try and get your drink on and you want that special blend that the liquor store don't got, contact Mo Wilson on Facebook. Contact Mo on Instagram, Prohibition Mobile Bar. You know we got to throw D Chase in there because D Chase is always doing something. He still has his weekly meetings. I'm not an essential worker, so they claim. So I can't ride MTA, and I wouldn't ride that thing anyways because I'd probably look half crazy being the only person on that thing. Shout out to Kier up there in Jersey. Shout out to Cherie English out in LA. Shout out to Kenzel in St. Louis. Hope you're feeling better, buddy. He had surgery a couple weeks ago. Shout out to Terrence and his family. They're going through some family issues. They got a family member that's missing in action down in the DC area. I got to contact him tonight to find out what the status is of that situation, but he's been missing for like a week or so, if not longer. So that's, and I haven't heard from him. So that's definitely a bad situation. Shout out, yo, for real. Last but not least, we got to give a shout out to all the first responders, police, fire department, military, all the real first responders, the truck drivers, the essential workers, the cashiers, the stockers, the bank tellers, everyone that's still going out there, going to work on a day-to-day basis. Thank you. Because you are the real heroes through all this BS that's going on right now. And I'm good. I'm done. I think. Shout out to Diane because about time you sat down. I think this is the first time I've ever seen you sit in one place this long.
It's different, man. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Shout out to yourself.
So he keeps saying that you're just as busy as I am. So I would like to open your Pandora's box.
Do it.
Outside of being a mom and being over 2 businesses, what else do you do?
Everything.
Okay, here we go. So I actually did a lot. Before this quarantine started, I was in the middle of 2 plays. One with, I don't know if you know Truth the Poet. She does Raw Poetry Productions.
I've heard of them. Yeah,
so she's amazing. Please look her up. Shout out to Truth the Poet. I've been with her since it started. And we was actually doing a play called The Slam. She was producing it. The playwright was Kenneth Something. He's an amazing poet, along with Unique and oh my God, I'm so mad. I have her in my head and it just lost. She's going to kill me. I remember it and shut out on my page. Oh, my brain just lost.
What happens when you get old?
Anyway, I'm telling you, after 32, something happens. But so shout out to them.
Ain't you pushing like 40?
Everybody's pushing 40 to you. Shut up. I'm actually 33, you know, so it's there. But I was in that play, then I was in another play by this director named Savon. He's definitely had and these plays was surrounding mental health awareness. What does mental health look like in the gay community, and what does mental health look like in the artistry world? So just it's crazy. It's crazy. I was doing those two things. I actually got a page called Intimate Freedom. So I'm really open on like giving out sexual healing tips when it comes to like freedom intimately, showing that erotica is not just about sex. It's more than just that. It's about healing with self, knowing your boundaries, what's your yes and no's, what's what you've been doing, if it's toxic in relationships, or how can you kind of satisfy yourself first before looking for anything outside of you. So I do that now. I had a business called Unravel. I've been dealing with for a long time, and I put on pause this year to finish out my boss movement and my I Survive. So instead, I just be giving out tips on different things. So I have a page for that. What else? Oh, I'm on my second. I didn't even tell nobody yet. I'll give you a sneak peek. I'm on my second book. So I have put this out. I already have my first book. My first book called I Survive. This second book I actually put out on my page, new_vision 4. And I was kind of I'm not on my page, on my spiritual, on my book. And kind of gave a sneak peek of what this book is about. So it's this lady that has to kill somebody, and it's actually a person in her head that kind of talks her into toxic situations, and it's really stress. But she named it. She named the stress, and it's a male in her mind. And so I do this thing where the stress is talking to her and kind of wins sometimes, but at the end she finally finds a way to kill it. So it's really dope. I hopefully be finished by next year with all this going on. So cross the fingers with that. What else? So I also I work. I'm an essential worker.
In the house. What you need 8 more months for? You sitting in the house. You better get the writing.
I know. I do work. I do write and stuff, but I'm not. It's crazy because I'm still not in the house. I sell T-shirts. I have a clothing line with mental health, so I'm always moving around from east to west side, dropping them off. My shirts went far out to VA, New Jersey, New York, of course, ATL. I met a couple of people at ATL, like through social media, other authors that supported me that bought my shirt. So I'm always moving around. What else I do? I'm an essential worker. I help people get oxygen, babies and old people. So I help them. Nobody knows that. Yeah, actually the second person I told. So
do you have a way in during the holidays to go around and see sick kids in the hospital?
Do I have a way? I don't.
The Skylyne Foundation would like to start doing that during the holidays.
I don't.
Go around, see the sick kids, drop off presents.
The essential part actually just started in March before all of this went like haywire. What?
It's a lot of people who became essential workers that either they just switched their job or they weren't working beforehand. Like the status just went from like 0 to 100 because now you're essential. Like, and it was a great moment to see and to have at the moment, knowing that it started the beginning of March, because I also started my new job the beginning of March. So
Yeah, it's crazy. Well, and it's crazy because March is so I wanted to do something important. So my son passed away in 2009 on March. Jesus, he was born March 28th. So I wanted to do something really big. Every time his death date come, I always do something that's like lifelike. So I did the big move on March 28th, and I started working on March 28th. But I want it to be meaningful, like something I can give back. Last year I put my book out March 28th, so I just try to do something really big, really purposeful on that date to kind of still give life. And so I chose to do that. And when this happened, I was like, wow, this is crazy. So again, purposeful. I do a lot, girl. I do a lot. And then I do a lot that's not business like. I'm always helping someone. And I don't feel like that should always be on display. So yeah, I just never I came in and my daughter was like, are you gonna have a spa moment? And I was like, hold on. She's like, what are you doing? I said, I gotta help somebody real quick. And then I was like, oh, what time is it? Okay, I gotta get ready for this. So after we're done here, I gotta give her my spa. I don't go to sleep till like after midnight. No matter what I do, no matter how busy I get, she always get the last before I lay down. She always get the last of me. So I think that's why I do it. I don't care about sleep for real because it ends with my daughter. So I do every
time. Yes. So one thing that you said was that when you were talking about how your son passed away and you wanted to do something big, but this year was kind of like cut short because of the virus. My brother actually has an end of the month celebration on the 30th and the 31st. I believe you can read through that enough to understand. And I was really scared. Like I had all types of anxiety attack that I was not going to be able to make it to my brother's grave to like celebrate his birthday with him. Like I did not care about the rules. I set this up March 14th. Like I waited till March 22nd. And then on March 30th, I was out there and his friends still showed up for him. Like, just like that whole moment and taking it in, like I did really good holding it together that day. But girl, I wanted to cry. Like I really loved them. Like
I would have cried. Like I would have cried.
They still came. It was about 20, 30 of us. We came in like
intervals, yeah.
Yes, thank you. I couldn't think of it. I was about to say like blocks, but we came in like intervals. So like we started around. Or like some people got there early. I knew it was the day they shut the world down finally. When they finally shut the world down. And I was like, okay, y'all, we got to be in the house by 8:00. We're going to be out there at 4:30. See you all then. And everyone just came and they showed up and they showed out. And it really like just taking that time to even figure out how to still celebrate in a time of grief and making it like a happy moment. It's just, it works, almost feel like I'm about to cry, about to drop a couple tears because, I love my brother.
I would cry with you. You think I'm joking?
It's emotional. It's okay. I understand. It's the spiritual. It's the spiritual
side of things.
I'm here too. Stress and relief. I'm here too.
My meh. All right, that's how I feel, meh. But whatever happens, happens, okay?
Right. I feel it. I definitely feel it. We here. We here. But, woo.
Aww.
We're almost done. We have 20 minutes, Mark.
We need to go to commercial break.
Right. Where's the break? So, Diana, usually in the midst of the show is usually 2 hours long. And we always say that this is the fastest 2 hours of your life. However, this is the fastest hour and a half of your life. It is now 9:10, which means it just kind of like just truckled along, like just kept going. I was saying that, why was I saying that? Because usually we have commercial breaks and everything, so we end up having like a longer show because of the commercial breaks. I'm not saying the commercial breaks are needed right now, but just to look down and realize that it's 9/11, 9/12. I did see 9/11. I need to see that. But like just seeing it, it's just like, dang, like we really been on here just talking.
So I love. So again, I don't believe time is real, right? That's the
Mhm.
whole other conversation. But I feel like when you can talk and just let it flow and laugh and joke and want to cry and then laugh again, and you look at the time, you realize it's not about everything is flow organically was supposed to be, and then it's like, oh, okay, it's almost over. Wow. It's like, yeah, it's like being at work and you doing all of this and you being productive and you feeling good, and then you look at the time like, oh,
Got an hour left. Let me go knock that out.
I want the clock out. No, so the moment you pay attention to time is the moment you're not focused enough.
Right. The speaking of an hour to clock out and clocking out, because my anxiety was so bad, I wasn't even able to work.
Mm.
I could not do a thing. Like,
So what did you do to like bring it down?
So
Yeah.
I think we done told the world before, but I'm a little stoner, so you know, I smoked a little.
Don't like don't stumble. You better say it proud.
It takes me a minute. Okay, it took me a minute. It's something.
Natural resources.
Yes,
You
and
be
it's
hanging out
crazy
with
because I
Method
don't
Man
take
and
my
Red
own
Man,
time.
y'all.
Huh?
You be hanging out with Method Man and Red Man.
Shoot, I'll hang right there with him. What's up? But no, we not about to do this. But it's a lot of things that what I do in my regular life doesn't really end up reciprocating on my Facebook. Like my Facebook is super private. You're only gonna get like the overview of things. You're never gonna get what's deeply happening.
Yeah.
My Instagram is most business. You might catch a couple pictures of me because I forgot to even post myself because now my business page that became my personal page. You know, I barely post. Snapchat is where you're going to get the real personal, the personal funnies and the things.
On this Snapchat, I'm just like, I was on there and then I don't know.
It was boring at first.
I'm just
like, it was really boring at first. Back in 2010, from 2010 to the 2000, about 16, 17, it was boring. Okay, I hated Snapchat. I deleted it. It was no point of having it. People were being
had it in a long time.
Like, oh my God. But like, it's different. It's levels to my social media. So no one's ever going to see like on any of my social medias, oh, she smokes, oh, she drinks, oh, she does this, oh, she does that. No, you're going to see that in the midst of me doing something. So you always think I'm doing something, hence the name, The Busy Bee.
Like, that's called consistent content. You got to keep your audience, because someone's always watching like, what's next?
Right.
Know something about you. So yeah.
Right. What's she gonna do now? And I forgot what I was saying again. Okay.
Free breaks. Girl, I've been paying attention.
Right.
I know we talked about time. I know you talked about when I asked about the stress, and you was like, stoner.
Oh, stoner. That's what I was saying. What I did today. So the things that I did today to help me. So my friend group has changed. All of us are spiritually awakened in some way. All of us are spiritually inclined in some way. Hold on, I don't know what I'm doing. Oh well, there it goes. All of us are spiritually inclined in some way. So with that, my friends they know when I'm wrong. I know there's two of them in particular who will call me. I will not talk to them at all. And they will call me and they're like, are you having a bad day? Because I feel it. And it's like, all right, yes, I am. Because at that point, I can't hide it because we're spiritually inclined. Like,
yeah.
And that happened today. And she was just like, and then she's in the number. She was just like, I keep seeing twos. I've been seeing twos all week, T. Have you been seeing twos? I'm like, I've been seeing twos. Like, what's happening? So we talked like all morning. And then at one point, it was just when my anxiety was really, 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 really bad. And I felt like all the walls was closing in on me while I was sitting in my room. So I got up and I went on a walk till my phone died. But in the midst of getting on a walk, I almost got kidnapped. Like, I know. But okay, the daughter's face in the background was like, oh my God. So I was walking and I was on my way back to the house. But this guy is going the opposite way. He turns his car around, pulls up next to me, and he's like, hey, didn't I see you at Eastern Ave this morning? Come get in my car. Don't you think you need to get in my car? And I'm like, and you know, I'm on the phone with my friend, but I don't know what my battery is on right now. So all of a sudden I'm like, no, I don't need to get in your car. Why are you trying? Like, I started yelling. But the reason why I did that was because I'm standing next to houses. Someone gonna see me if I get snatched. Like
That is scary.
The protection, the scary, knowing, like, I live across the street from DC. Literally, I can walk across the street from DC. That is perfectly fine. But knowing how big sex trafficking and human trafficking is in DC, it's scary when people just stop and they're like, but that's what else caused me anxiety. Is stopping like, oh, come get in my car. Like, no, I'm running home.
Yeah.
Like, I'm on the way home. Then my phone dies. And then from that point on, every time a car drove past, I promise you they were trying to kidnap me. Like, that's how I knew I needed just to get home. Like, I was just like, I need to come home. So then I came home. I smoked again because I still was feeling a headache. I tried to lay down and go to sleep. I couldn't sleep. So what actually ended up happening, and is a part of my life, is that I make jewelry.
Ooh. All right. So I've been looking at your earrings since you got on.
Yes, I actually bought these earrings. I don't make earrings just yet, but somebody's they're manifesting me making earrings. So the manifestation of earrings will become.
We're doing it.
I like you already, girl. What? We need to be friends in real life, man. So I made jewelry, you know, to help me cope. And this is how I cope whenever I have really bad anxiety. Is that I make bracelets. I just pick a design. This one, it's a glass heart.
That's pretty.
Yeah. And I pick a design and I just go on here and I just continue to make bracelets until I run out of string. And if I'm still feeling like I'm anxious, then I continue to keep making more and more bracelets. Like sometimes within a day,
I know that I would love for you to connect with. Your story just is like a straight reflection of it. I had her come to my event before at the Boss Movement, and she had been and she was a speaker. And she talked about her anxiety and how she feels. She was like, so she has so much jewelry, like painting, jewelry, crystals, holistic, everything. Like she creates everything. She said, when my anxiety hits, I have to put it in everything I make. And it makes so much sense. So I would love for y'all to meet, because then y'all can like, yeah, and give me some ideas. And yeah, and she has like a lot of great things, like a lot of good businesses with her. So it'd be dope. I can connect you with her.
Yes, because I need some connections. This is only like the set that I did today. I usually do it. At one point, I was doing it every day because I also make them to sell. So I make a point of every day or every other way. I would say every other way, every other day to sit down and make jewelry in order to help me like release that stress. So it's not like stress buildup. Like what I'm going through today is because I let my stress build up.
Yeah.
And when I was getting the warnings, I couldn't see them clearly as warnings. Like I was told, we probably need a break from each other. We've been under each other for a long time. But I didn't receive that as a warning. Like so like it just trickled over, and I got really bad anxiety.
Now you know, so that means
next time listen. So we need some time apart. God damn it, you right. We need some time apart. like I promise you, if someone else tells me they need something from me and I'm like, and I feel like I'm being rich, I'm stopping. I'm not. Okay, you right. You are sure right. So what else? Like I am not. I have to learn to stop trying to push myself on people. Not like push myself, but wanting to help. That urge to help. That's what else. Oh my God, that just makes so much sense. Like you can't, and like sometimes you have to stop yourself because you can't save everybody. And not only can you not save everybody,
I had a whole lot about this yesterday. Okay. You can't. When you want to help, you have to ask yourself, why do you want to help? How much you trying to help? Are you much for them that you won't do for you. Like sometimes we put our energy so much for people, we won't put that same energy for ourselves. So you gotta say, here's a piece and it's the rest. You know, like you gotta have dosage to what can you do for other people. Because they're doing it for themselves. We feel like, and you're probably an empath, so we feel like when you like you give, right, you give, that we think that person that need our help don't know how to finish their own help. So we give enough until we feel like we're satisfied with them being helped. And really you're just draining yourself. So you have to give a little bit and then let them find their own way to help themselves and go, okay, you're good. It's like letting a baby walk. And then you just let them fall a couple times. They'll get it afterwards. So, yeah.
Right. And like it's just mentally I've had to like take a whole step back today. Like
I'm so happy. I know you went through like a lot of stuff, but this is growth, girl. Like all I'm hearing is I went through this, but this is what I saw. And I'm not gonna do this. Like this, I'm just saying, I'm clapping for you. I'm clapping.
I know, thank you. I heard my cousin. I thought he was about to bust in my door. And he was about to go extra loud.
Out like, where that clapping come from?
No, it's not you. It's not you. It's not you at all. We have 7 minutes left. Oh, I really enjoyed this.
This is a good vibe. I feel good. Look, I had my tea, my water. I'm just like, this is not. I got my candles lit. So yeah, I enjoyed y'all. Thank you, Mark. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. He is in the background chilling.
Right.
Anytime. This is what we do.
What you watching?
We definitely got to sit down and break bread though when all this mess is over with.
Yes.
Yeah.
We definitely do. I really appreciate this conversation, Diana.
I appreciate you.
I'm learning new things and I'm learning how I'm actually connected with other people. And being an empath, yes, I've been an empath most likely probably like all my life.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said in the beginning, in college, I used to read people all the time, but then it used to scare me. So I stopped. And you know, what you don't realize is when you put a stop on your blessings and a stop on your traits, it's really hard to get back in tune to do it again. So trust and believe, it sent me on a flipping roller coaster when I stopped reading people. But like just over time, like I just learned and I've gotten okay with it. Whoa. Sorry guys. Again, something else is happening.
You all right? What you doing?
Yeah, I'm fine. I was typing. I was getting some stuff done and out. I'm sorry. It happened again.
Yes, we can.
Okay. It happened again. When things can happen, all the times they will.
What's happening? Because I got
you have to decide. Don't give up. Okay, boom. So I had a whole moment. I just had a brain fart, but in the midst of the brain fart, another thing that you must know is that I'm also a part of a sorority, and one of the things that we had to learn was don't quit. And you know, even though, and I didn't realize, you know, in the beginning when you doing soror things and you starting to build a bond and they tell you learn this, learn that, like one thing that stuck to me out of everything that I've done was that the poems that I learned, and the poem that I learned, and in this moment it just literally popped in my head was don't quit. Like
wait a minute, can we hear the poem?
Yeah, see, can we hear the poem?
Hold on, I'm trying to remember it. Hold on, because I got y'all.
I'm about to say, T, come on. Read it or something.
I'm going to read it.
Yes. You better spit that. I need it. Come on.
Yes. Boom, boom. And this is how we can end the show. This is like perfect timing. So, Eric.
What the hell just happened to you?
My chair fell.
I see. Yeah.
Girl.
Yes, okay. So here we go.
Okay.
It's when people pull you down, and oftentimes they will. When the battle you're fighting seems all uphill. When the funds are low, but the depths are high. When you're laughing, although you rather cry. When you feel yourself slowing down a bit, stop. Rest if you must, but don't you quit. Success is failure turned inside out. The silver tint to the cloud of doubt. You never tell how close you are. You may be near when it's sometimes afar. So stick to the fight with your hardest hit, and when things goes wrong, when you must not quit.
Okay.
All right. So next time I'm gonna put her on the stage.
No. I can be on stage as a motivational speaker. I can speak on what I've been through. But poems, I gotta build that confidence again. Like I can speak on a lot of things, but poetry I can't.
I like that one. Who created that poem?
Ooh, give me a second because I don't remember that part.
Sorry, that just means we gotta talk about it more.
Oh my God, I can't believe my hair done fell. Y'all done see me all embarrassed.
No, I didn't see it.
On live radio, baby.
John Greenleaf Whittier.
John Greenleaf.
Wait, hold on. I found the one that I was looking for. This one doesn't even have a person's name on it.
I like it a lot. It reminds me of a lullaby, like a nursery rhyme, I should say.
Yeah. Edgar Guest, I believe. Give me a second. Yes, Edgar Guest. That's his name.
All right.
Yes, Edgar A. Guest. Like Edgar, you know that man.
Yeah.
I can't think of him, but you know who I'm talking about. We have Edgar Allan Poe. There we go. Boom. We have 1 minute left. Would you like to share your Instagram one more time, just for the public?
Follow me. All right. So I can actually share my daughters. Look up Carmen the Great 07. She's a painter and a singer and an actress. So Carmen the Great 07. Mine is EYE _survived _ and yeah, that's it. Follow me. Talk to me. Let me know what you need. I got you. Bye.
Yes. Thank you.
So much, y'all. I enjoyed y'all. Do I love how do I do this? End of the show. Oh, this is nice from Carl. Oh, this is nice.
All right, guys. See you next time.
See you next time.
You too.
Thank you, Diana.
Yes, thank you.
Oh, that was nice.